Did I just see that? How the hell? Never mind. Moving on. As you may have guessed, the next film in the countdown is Die Another Day. Note that I am not playing the theme song of the film as I have in all the previous videos. Trust me, it's better that I don't. As the film begins, James Bond is on a mission in North Korea that goes horribly wrong almost right from the start. After presumably completing his objective, Bond is captured by the North Korean military and is imprisoned and tortured for 14 months. Upon his release, Bond sets out to find the person who betrayed him. The mission eventually takes Bond to Iceland, where he comes face to face with the individual who betrayed him. Anyway, this individual who is working with the villain of the film, Gustav Graves. Graves, we soon find out, is actually the man that Bond killed 14 months earlier in North Korea, or so he thought. So, together with NSA agent Jacinta Jinx Johnson, Bond must stop Graves' evil scheme, which is to use a satellite weapon to help North Korea invade and conquer South Korea. Much like the other three films in his run, Pierce Brosnan seems to genuinely be enjoying himself in this one. He's one of the few high points in this film, I think. And the two Bond girls are also definitely a high point. I've never really understood the dislike for Halle Berry in this film, but that could be because I like Halle Berry. I think she's, well, I like her. So I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion. And I also really enjoyed the brief time we spent with John Cleese as Q. It's a shame we didn't get to see him again in the part, but at least we got a fun scene with all the old gadgets. And I suppose if you want to see more of John Cleese, you can always watch Monty Python. That's what I'd do. I hate Madonna's involvement with this film. The theme song is, to put it delicately, utter crap. It's really fitting that they show Bond's torture in the opening titles while the song's playing. It's almost as if they want you to be tortured right along with Bond. So now I can kind of appreciate that, now that I think about it. And I won't even discuss her acting. Seriously, my head hurts just thinking about it. Lee Tamahori's directing is also unsuitable for a Bond film. The whole speed up, slow down stuff is just, it's so out of place in this movie. It feels, it's okay in other action movies, but it's just not right for Bond. Not even the new ones. And finally, I think Michael Madsen is not right for this movie. I feel like he should be somewhere else, mutilating a cop somewhere that isn't here. I mean, I have no problem with him. I just have a problem with him being in this movie. I think the reason why the movie is so hated by so many people is the plot. It seems to fit better in the Roger Moore era or even the later Sean Connery era than the Pierce Brosnan one. I used to think this was the worst Bond film because I hated the fact that Bond was captured and tortured for such a long period of time. And now that I've grown up since the film originally came out in 2002, I was only about 10 when it came out. This isn't as much as an issue for me anymore. I do wonder how creating a new identity and becoming a billionaire in the span of 14 months doesn't really raise a whole lot of red flags at first, but then again, this was directed by the guy who directed Nicolas Cage's Next. So you may not find much coherence here. Silly plot, silly gadgets, invisible car, and out-of-place elements hamper what could have been an okay Bond movie. I give the film 2.5 out of 5 stars. Now, as you'll note, I'm not wearing a hat anymore. The reason I wore a hat in this video was because in my first review for Quantum of Solace, I was wearing a hat. And now I decided to wear a hat for this one because it was sort of signaling the end of the run of bad James Bond films that I'd been reviewing. Because for our next video, I will finally be stepping into the James Bond movies that I really like. So tune in next time for our first good James Bond film. See ya.